SteamOS on a micro SD card. Does it work? Absolutely. Why do it? Well, I imagine people are probably going to do this to avoid the issue of dual boot setups on the Steam Deck breaking Windows. For me personally, I don't use SteamOS very often, and if I do, it's for testing, updating, or maybe some on-the-go indie games. The process in this video was originally provided by Ryan Rudolph from Philippines, but I have made a clone of his GitHub repository with his permission, as the current GitHub version has gone through several changes and wasn't working properly for me. So you're going to need a few things for this process to work. The first is you need to not have SteamOS installed on your internal solid-state drive. This process won't work with it installed already. If you don't want to wipe SteamOS, then you'll have to clone your existing SteamOS partition, which I do have an older video for that process. It's in the description as well as an info card here. If you follow that video, you'll need to come back to the end of this video for the correct setup for installing SteamOS updates on the microSD card. Unfortunately, that old video does not have the correct process for updates. The second step, you're going to need a SteamOS Recovery image on a USB flash drive. The installation script for the microSD we're using here is just a modified version of the normal reimage process, so it does need the recovery image booted into on the Steam Deck. Lastly, number 3, you'll need your microSD card to be completely clear. If you were using it for SteamOS or something else before, be sure to erase all the partitions in disk management in Windows, and we'll go ahead and go over that right now. First, right-click the Start menu and go to Disk Management. Here you can see the 8 partitions on the top drive. That's my microSD card. I want to remove all of this. Make sure that you select the right disk on the bottom window. You should be able to figure this out by the disk size and that it shows removable on the left-hand side. Also, if any of the partitions have a drive letter assigned, that might help too. To delete the partitions, start on the rightmost partition by right-clicking it and selecting Delete. You'll need to do this one at a time. Be patient, as some will take a few seconds to clear. Once I got down to my last partition, you can see that the option to delete is grayed out. In this case, we need to use disk part. Click on Start and search for CMD or command prompt, and then run this as administrator. Type in diskpart, DISKPART, and press enter. Type list space disk and press enter. Type select space disk space 0 or whatever the number your disk is from disk management, then press enter. Type select space partition space 1 and press enter. Then type delete space partition space override and press enter again. Then type exit to close disk part or just press X on the window. Once this is done, you should see the partition removed in disk management. Now you've fully erased your removable drive and it's clear to reformat it as needed. Now that the microSD card is clear, we can shut down the Steam Deck and connect the USB flash drive containing the SteamOS Recovery image, as well as the blank microSD card. With your Steam Deck fully shut down, hold volume minus and power. Then once it beeps, let go. Choose your recovery USB drive from the list with the D-pad and then press A. For me, the recovery image takes a long time to boot, sometimes 30 minutes or more, but I think this is an issue with my dock. Once you boot into the recovery, you'll need to connect your Steam Deck to your wireless network. Once that's done, click the Steam button on the bottom left and then go to System and then Console. Inside here you will need to download the script packages. Type in git space clone space https://github.com/baldsealion/SteamOS microsd.git and press enter. You'll need to make sure that this is all typed with the correct punctuation, as Linux is case sensitive. Type cd space SteamOS-microsd and press enter. Lastly, type sudo space /install _sdcard.sh space all and then press enter. This may hang for a moment or two. Then you should get a prompt to proceed with the re-imaging of the Steam Deck. Don't be alarmed. This script will only target your microSD card. Click the proceed button and wait for this to finish. It may take a little while. Once this is finished, you'll get a prompt saying the re-imaging is complete. Click the cancel button and then shut down from the main Steam Deck button on the bottom left. Once you have fully shut down, you can disconnect your USB flash drive. Then hold volume minus and power until you hear a beep and then let go. This will go into the boot menu. Choose your microSD card from the list with the D-pad and press A. It may take a few minutes to boot into SteamOS the first time, but you will be presented with the normal setup menu like your Steam Deck was brand new. Connect it to your Wi-Fi and log in, and then it will go through its update process. This update process will power cycle the device, and it may boot into Windows again by default. If so, just shut it down and go back to the volume minus and power menu and choose the microSD card again to finish the update process for SteamOS. Since Valve has never updated their recovery image, this can take an upwards of an hour or more, depending on your microSD card speed. You'll need to exercise patience here, and don't try to power cycle the device during the process. Once it completes, you should be in SteamOS with the first time menu. Tap the Steam button and go to power, and then switch to desktop. In here we need to run one more script. This is for any future updates. It will run automatically in the background on every reboot, so we should only need to run it once. Click on the Steam button on the bottom left and go to System and then Console, and then type in passwd and press enter. And then you'll need to set a password for your Steam Deck. You'll need to remember this for the next step. Now type in git space clone space https://github.com/baldsealion/SteamOS -microsd.git and press enter. Next type cd space SteamOS -microsd and press enter. Lastly, type sudo space /post _install _sdcard.sh space all and press enter. You should see at the bottom that it says the services have been enabled and start. You can close this window, and now you can update SteamOS or switch update channels without any issues. This completes the tutorial for using a microSD card for SteamOS. If you have any requests or suggestions on tutorials you would like to see, please let me know. I'll see you next time.